Guys, today we're talking about Sin the Fire Martial Artist. This guy has already started to become a relevant part of the Guild Siege meta. This is not like a joke like, oh, Baker, you're going to use it on the free-to-win account. Like, no, this guy's actually becoming a part of the meta. So the reason that we haven't really seen Sin before this, we were in the Kamun Vigor Skogul meta, and Skogul, as you know, has HP-based damage that ignores defense. Sin is a defense-type unit, so a couple rocks from Skogul, and Sin is basically, he's done for, right? But the meta has actually been shifting, and one of the popular units on defense is the Fire Sniper, who randomly defense breaks a unit and nukes, and that's why Sin is a relevant unit now, that a lot of high-level players are actually building Sin. And as we've seen from the Guild Siege meta that trickles down, the stuff that the high-level players build, the lower levels, will say lower level, like, you low-level G2 players, you're gonna build it too, aren't you? G3 players start building defenses, and then offenses to counter defenses, and then the G2 players do it, the G1 players do it, and we kind of see this trickle-down effect, right? So we're seeing more Covenants in G3, and then we're going to see Covenants in, not Covenants, the Fire one, the Fire Sniper in G3, and we're going to see some more of them being built, being used in defenses in G2, G1, etc., right? So Sin is actually a unit that people are using to counter those defenses based on his passive gains immunity against defense decreasing effects. Immune to defense breaks, that's why. Inflicts additional damage proportion to your defense if your defense is higher than the opponent. And then we have this skill 1 stun, and then we have a skill 2 defense break, and potentially get an additional turn after that, right? So this guy's actually being used in Siege offenses now, and he's a super easy unit to build. He's kind of like how the Water Frankenstein is also being used, because Water Frankenstein is immune to defense break. So now, based on his element being a fire unit, this guy's actually becoming used in Guild Siege offenses. So let's take a little test. I happen to have him already built on the main account, so let's switch over to that account actually, and we'll take a little test and see what he does. So here we are now on the global server. We're going to test this defense out. So we have a speed lead, AoE strip. Well, she's going to strip whatever she wants, and then some sustain. He also has, when he's in his stance, he has an increased chance of getting glanced on. First team is irrelevant. We're just happen to be doing it in Guild Wars rather than Guild Siege, but it is a Guild Siege offense and defense. We have these two units that are immune to defense break. She can still get defense broken. Watch, she gets defense broken and Triana nukes her or something like that. She can get defense broken. We're just using her because she's a water unit, and Carsano's not going to hit these two units because they're water units, and he's going to keep hitting Sin, right? So actually it would be great. I don't have this on him specifically for right now, but if you are building Sin as a counter to Carsano, it would be great if you have like reduced crit damage and reduced damage from fire units specifically for this. But one of the things, and this first team is irrelevant, but one of the things is that I've seen multiple players in G3 guilds that are using, again, this one is irrelevant. Multiple players in G3 guilds that are using, oh my god, they're taking so much damage already, that are building this Sin and actually using it for Guild Siege. So let's get hopefully defense, never mind. Hopefully defense, never mind. Okay, so he did, oh my goodness. Well, it's so nice of him to, let's heal him up a little bit more. Maybe we get a stun. Yeah, we get a stun, okay. Hidden aim. Let's see if we can do some stuns on him. Not bad. Maybe we do a little freeze on him, her, whatever. Can we stun? No stun. Watch, he goes for, could you stop? Oh my god, could you stop that? We're off to a good start, guys. Let's do one of these. And then let's get a taunt over here. Nice provoke. And then we'll do. All right, so we need a defense break. I'm still going to go after this guy. We got a defense break. Does he get another turn? Very nice. We're going to proc her passive, though. Unfortunately. Let's see if we can stun and then kill with something else. Very nice. And then we'll do a multi-hit here. And there we go. So it should be fairly... Watch, everything dies now. Watch, it doesn't matter. She dies anyway. This girl is tanky. I'm actually pretty surprised that she took so much... Well, she had a defense break. But also there's good runes on the defense too. I mean, these are my units. I know how they're runed. They're runed pretty well, but yeah. So now it's going to be much easier since there's no defense break. And it should be fairly... I want to say I feel like it should be fairly easy to... you know, of course you freeze. But yeah, this is the point of the team. So let's actually take a look at... The first time I saw this was accidentally on stream. We were taking a look at someone from one of the... I don't know if they actually got Legend the last season of Guild Siege, but at the very least a Legend contender. And we just happened to be taking a look at their account, and I was like, oh, interesting. They're building a lot of Sins. I like him, but this is meta now. So anyway, let's take a look at some builds for Sin, and let's see how people are building him for high-level Guild Siege. I apologize if the audio was a little bit too loud in the first part. It was on stream audio levels, not YouTube audio levels. But let's take a look at some builds now for Sin. So this is, we're on Asia server right now. It seems like the Asia server is a little bit more proactive on the building Sin than the other ones from what I've seen so far. So it looks like he is just super defense tank. It looks like he's defense HP probably. Not really too much crit rate, not really too much accuracy or anything else. Let's take a look at the runes. He is on defense, HP indeed. Some defense subs. Not like, well, I say not crazy runes. He's just on kind of leftover tanky violet runes for the most part. Some of you will be like, he's better than all of the runes that I have on my entire account combined, because I've seen your comments. So, crit damage received. There we go. Damage received from fire. This is the big one. That's what they were looking for from this. Also, damage received from water. Maybe they're using it in a different place. Maybe they're using it against maybe a vigor somewhere. I'm not sure. But damage received, or maybe it's just coincidental, right? But the damage received from fire, minus 18%. See, guys, I am not just making this up. This is an actual thing. Crit damage received, minus 9%. Skill 2 accuracy, skill 1 accuracy. There we go. And additional damage is irrelevant. Additional damage, 4% of attack is irrelevant. So defense on both of these artifacts as well. His defense is actually not anything crazy for a defense type unit, right? So, yeah, there we go. Super easy to skill up to. Is just 3 stars. Super easy to skill up to. Doesn't have it skilled up. Well, this is a new thing that a lot of people are building. It's not necessarily probably something that everyone has had built for the longest time already. Also, sometimes you don't know that things are not completely skilled up, right? But that harmful effect plus 10%, that's actually a pretty decent skill up. So, yeah. I'm sure it'll be completely skilled up after the new mages come out. By the way, I did hear some news that they were going to be coming out very soon rather than later. Because I know they said sometime this month, but sooner rather than later, just FYI for those of you that are interested. That's everyone is interested, right? So, yeah, so that's the Sin runes. Let's take a look at another build. By the way, if you guys want to know why I don't like G3 Siege, this is why I don't like G3 Siege. It's not about the Lauren being a Lauren. It's about the fact that they build so many of the same monsters over and over and over again to be the maximum level of frustration. Here's another Sin. This looks like he's on speed defense HP for the most part. He is on not speed defense HP. He's on defense HP. But they're going for, so double revenge and destroy. He's got speed in subs though. 23 speed, 22 speed, 23 speed. So that's why he's a little fast, right? 20 speed, 19 speed. Only 11 speed on that one. Let's take a look at the art of, these are not done. Also, I would consider, this is not what I feel like this is not what we would be looking for in artifacts. I would go for the defense ones because he's got pretty low base defense. He's got, like, his HP isn't anything crazy. His attack is not anything crazy either. Whatever, he's a 3-star. His speed isn't anything crazy either. But you get the idea though. But I think I would put the decreased damage for fire units on here. We have additional damage by 6. That's not really relevant. Crit damage if the enemy's condition is good. That's not really, he doesn't even have, he's not even built for crit rate and crit damage though. Skill 2 accurate. But that's why they're, these are not maxed though, because it looks like they didn't, that's not the artifacts that they even want to begin with. So, again, I would go for the decreased damage from fire, decreased damage from water. Decreased crit damage received is also big. And then the accuracy on skill 1 and skill 2, especially if he's on 4. So it's like, this guy looks like he's started to be built, but didn't necessarily get finished. But he's looking like this one is a work in progress, I guess. Here's another one. This guy looks like he's got more accuracy. He's got 42% accuracy. He's got, I mean, not any crit damage, but we've seen a lot that are just like all just trying to stack as much defense as possible and some HP. He is on HP defense. Not even on amazing runes, not on violent runes or anything, just on double. Actually, this is the second one that we're seeing double revenge and destroy. So, HP, defense, double revenge, and destroy. Let's see what the defense proportion to lost HP is. Actually not bad. Crit damage up to 18 if the enemy's HP condition is bad. That's not what... I mean, he's got the HP also on here. That's not what I would have gone for. Skill 2 accuracy. Skill 3 accuracy is nothing. No, it's nothing. Skill 3 doesn't have any passive stuff. I mean, this is any debuffs or anything, so... I was thinking if there was any debuff on skill 3 that I forgot about, but no. Yeah, just skill 2 accuracy on there, and then a flat defense helps him out. But I would do also the decreased damage. Again, like I said, I would do the decreased damage from fire units, but that's how this one is built. Next scout has 2 sins built, actually, so let's take a look at the first sin. He's got Vampire, defense, Vampire Revenge on here, looking for just as much defense. Look at how much defense that has. As much defense as possible, not too much accuracy. Let's take a look at the artifacts, looking like his defense as well. Damage received from water, minus 20. Damage dealt on... well, we don't have any damage received from fire on there, but it looks like he's probably using him against water defenses as well. Maybe some vigors here and there. Skill 1 crit damage. It would be nice if he has... he's got a lot of additional damage on here, actually. I mean, he does do some multi-hits, though. Over here, he does triple hit, so additional damage is not bad for that one, but that's how he's rooted. I would love to see some more accuracy, because he's got two different debuffs. He's got a defense break and he's got a stun, so it'd be nice to see some there, and then decreased damage from fire units. And then this one is on crit damage, actually. You guys thought I was joking at the beginning of the video, didn't you? You guys like, I was gonna say everything by every monster is good, and it's really... This actually looks like a work in progress, but yeah, he's built 2... this... attack, crit damage, HP. So this is, you know what? He may be holding these runes for something else, because I would not necessarily stick that on him specifically. Maybe he's got a specific thing, but this is more along the lines of what we're seeing for these sins. So let's take a look at another one now. Next one's pretty speedy compared to the other ones. He is looking like he's speed, defense, HP pro. He's got a lot more HP than the other ones too. Well, actually maybe not a lot more, because the other ones had like 16,000, right? So he is on defense, crit rate defense. But this has got a lot of subs in it, though. It's got speed, it's got defense, it's got attack, it's got HP. So it's got some decent subs overall. I'm surprised to see the crit rate there, actually. He's got 26 speed here. These are just efficient runes. They're not on, like, violent or anything. He's got some revenge on, right? Because things are going to be hitting him quite a decent amount. He's got 35 HP in sub over here. He's got the defense here. Damage received from... look at this. This is juicy. This is what I was talking about. Damage received from fire, minus 22%. So this is what we're looking for on these artifacts, is something that looks like this. And then we have skill 2 accuracy plus 16%. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. Crit damage received minus 5%. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. Speed plus portion to lost HP. Skill 2 crit damage is not bad. But yeah, that fat damage received from fire, that's specifically he was going for that one. And he's just got, like, not like violent will or anything. He's just got stats on him. That's all there is to it on this guy. He's just got nice stats. And a lot of the runes that you're like looking at, you're like, what do I use this on? Some people are like, just sell. It's a defense slot too. Yeah, it's got a good speed sub, but what do I got to do with it? It's like, stick it on Sin. Make him stat efficient, right? And he actually doesn't have speed on slot 2. He just has enough speed and subs that it doesn't even matter. This next one is actually on crit damage, kind of like mine is. The problem with crit damage is it makes him kind of a little bit squishier if he's not on like triple defense. And Covenant does do, sorry, not Covenant, Carsano still does do a decent amount of damage even without a defense break, right? With that his stance. So this one is on crit damage, so he can be kind of squishy if he's on crit damage without stacking more defense, right? So he is on, he's on violent HP, crit damage, and defense over here. He's on violent revenge. So he could have some more tanky stats. Speed plus portion to lost HP. Defense plus portion to lost HP is not bad. Crit damage received minus 4%. I would like to see, again, it sounds like a broken record, but I would like to see damage received from fire minus. And then crit damage received is also good. Defense plus portion to lost HP. So that is... there's a lot of defense plus proportion to lost HP, though. So that kind of adds to his tankiness, because he can't get one-shotted, right? I mean, he can get one-shotted, just not usually from that comp. Because there's no, there's no actual defense break on him. But Yeah, so they would have to hit him multiple times, and then every time they hit him, his HP goes down, his defense goes up. So that's kind of nice to have on there. But I still would like that reduced damage from the fire units. Here's the last one, because I think you guys get the point by now. Just make him basically tanky. Give him good accuracy. Damage received from fire is very nice. Damage received from water is very nice. Crit damage received. Skill 2 accuracy. Skill 1 accuracy is very nice. And just make him tanky for the most part. You can put some wacky runes on him, to be honest. So, last one. You guys are... I think there's probably a decent amount of people that are surprised. They're like, I thought that you were just hyping up some random 3-star, buddy. And he's actually, there's a lot of people building him, right? A lot of people building him because there's more Carsanos being used in siege defenses. So let's take a look at his, he's on Swift HP. Triple HP on Swift Destroy, but he's got defense and subs. Wacky runes. I don't know why he's got these specific runes. People has portion to lost HP, damage received from fire, -12. I mean, again, you can put some wacky. The battery's even exhausted. The battery's like, I'm tired of seeing sin, buddy. Skill 2 accuracy, -15%. And everything else. Perfect timing, battery. Perfect timing. Looks like he's just started being built, too. He's like a new addition. But again, he wasn't really too much of a thing. Let me just take this up. Again, he really wasn't too much of a thing before now because of the Vigors and this. Well, the Vigors, but the Skogls basically just eat through him, right? Skogls on defense, and he takes a lot of damage. But anyway, that's it for this one. Just wanted to let you guys know that Sin, show you guys that Sin is actually a thing. So we see some accuracy on here too. But basically just make him tanky, and you can put some wacky nonsense runes that you normally throw away on him, and he's actually a pretty decently usable unit. You don't have to go crazy with your best set of violent runes, right? He's one of those units, kind of like Arena is. Arena the Water Epicon Priest and Tetra, you know, because you don't have to put amazing, crazy, violent will sets on them. You just make them fast and make them tanky. That's about it. Anyway, well, not Arena, whatever. Anyway, that's it for this one. You guys get the idea. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one. Here's your peace sign, even though you can't see it. I'll see you as always in the next one.